So you are more than welcome to go in and check out the gift shop. A lot of locally made Charleston goods and crafts, as well as local Charleston books as well. Now as we continue down through here, we are going to see some more of these move down here, and not only to move down here, but to love the place. And it is going to work because she will write later in her life how some of these are some of the happiest places on earth. But these gardens also do something else. They're going to introduce the azalea bush into the wild here in South Carolina. Because prior to these gardens being planted, the azalea bush was really only grown in greenhouses. So John Drayton is credited being one of the first people to introduce the azalea bush into the wild here in South Carolina. Now as we continue down through here, I want us to turn our attention to the right-hand side. You are going to see a tree that's laying on its side. That tree has been that way since 1989. Hurricane Hugo is going to rip through the city of Charleston. It's going to knock over that tree. But you see, the thing about these southern live oaks is not only do they live forever, not only are they super strong, but they live off of each other through what is called an interlocking root system. So although Hugo knocked over that tree, it didn't completely uproot it. So because of the interlocking root system, that tree was able to survive until it could plant the rest of its root systems back. And well over 35 years since Hugo hit, that tree is still very much alive and well to this day. Now, there is a presentation that goes on throughout the day here that gives you much more insight into not only the cabins themselves, but also the lives of the enslaved here at Magnolia and Charleston as well. Now, the last tour for the day was at 4 o'clock, but you are more than welcome to come by and look at the cabins after our tour here today is complete. It's only about a 5-minute walk from the train depot, and I'm more than happy to point you in the direction of them. And if you have any questions about the presentation itself, I am more than happy to answer them for you as soon as our tour has concluded. Now, I am about to make a left-hand turn onto the exit road here, and when I do so, everything I'm going to be talking about at first is going to be on the right-hand side of the road, and then I'll switch over to the left-hand side. Now, I will make you aware of when I do so, but just in the beginning, everything I'm going to be talking about at first is going to be on the right-hand side of the road. Now, the first thing I'm going to be pointing out is going to be these two trees that are going to be closest to us on the right-hand side of the road. And they look like they're shedding their bark. That's what they are. These are crepe myrtles. And when crepe myrtles are in bloom, absolutely gorgeous red, pink, and white flowers. But they're going to shed their bark every year to help prevent infectious disease from not only reaching them, but the other crepe myrtles around them as well. Now, if you kind of look out to the middle of the field on our right, with the trees with the low-hanging branches, those are some more examples of those southern live oaks. Now, unlike the southern live oak we drove by in the beginning of the tour, but just keep your eyes out for a lot of the birds that we'll see out here. I know we've seen the great blue. But we do have some wood duck, the native duck here in South Carolina that likes to live out here. I actually see two of them swimming out in the middle of the pond to the left. Maybe a little hard to see. But they're going to be the little brown ducks right out there swimming around. This is one of the few water birds we're going to see out here. He's flapping his wings right back there. Now, some other water birds that we may see is going to be the ibis, the short, stocky white bird with a very long, curved orange beak. And the ibises, they like to walk around in very shallow water, feel for any prey with their feet. They're going to reach down with that long beak of theirs to catch whatever that they may feel. Now, my favorite bird that I've seen out here, and hopefully we'll get a glimpse of it, is called an anhinga. Now, an anhinga is a water bird, so it is going to go underwater to hunt. But there's a little blue heron right there, actually. You can see, compared to the gray blue heron, how much more distinct blue those feathers are. But the anhinga, just like the other water birds, when they go underwater to hunt, unlike the other birds, they'll have to come up and perch, spread their wings to dry out, almost like a phoenix rising from the ashes. And you can also see a man as well. I actually see a great blue heron right out here on the branch. It may be a little hard to see now because of this tree closest to us, but there's going to be a clearing right out here in just a second. be able to see him here. Now the great blue heron, his feathers are really gray right now. He's going to be sitting right up there. And the great blue heron can grow as tall as 4 feet. There's been a few of them throughout the pond here today, so just keep your eyes out for that as well. And it's one of the many birds you'll see around here at Magnolia. Now the great blue heron, although his feathers are more of a gray tone, the little blue heron has much more distinguished blue feathers that make him much more identifiable. Looks like we have another great blue heron right up here on the plain. He's going to be a lot easier to see than the one sitting on the tree branch. And there you'll be able to see just how tall they can get. Now those planks right there are usually for our alligators and our turtles, but because of the weather that we have right now, we're probably not going to see any of them. They are both cold-blooded, meaning that if they need to warm up, they're going to come up to the surface, especially if it's sunny out. They're going to kind of perch on one of those planks or on one of the banks here. And if they get too cold, well, they'll go back, or if they get too hot, they'll go back under the water. Because of the weather that we're having right now, what our alligators are probably doing to warm up is they're just going under the water and burying themselves inside the mud. But again, just keep your eyes closed. You never know. Maybe we'll get a peek of the head or the back of one, especially closer to the bank. So just keep your eyes peeled for that.
you.